Sorry, I think I had myself on mute. Good morning, everyone, and happy Thursday. It is time for our weekly live. I just want to welcome you and introduce myself a little bit. I'm Lisa DeToffel, owner of Relationship Connections Referral Network and Tiger Eye Solution, an expert virtual assistant business that supports speakers, coaches, and solo professionals. I'm so glad that you are joining me today. If you are joining live, go ahead and post. If you are actually viewing this on the replay, you can put hashtag replay. I would love to know that you actually watched it later. So again, this is our weekly live. I come to you every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with just some tips and tricks around networking. This is through our Relationships Connections Facebook group. So if you're joining me there, welcome. If you're joining me on another platform, I would like to invite you to go over to Facebook and join the Relationships Connections Facebook group. It's a free group for all professionals to be a part of. So we would like to welcome you and ask you to come join us. So today in our weekly live, we're going to be talking about the difference between online networking and in-person networking. Okay, that's our topic. But before I dive into our actual topic, again, I just want to welcome everyone to our weekly live. I do have notes here, so if you see me looking down or around, I do have some notes. So this group is a community where we do network and get to know each other on a deeper level and help each other grow our business. So if networking is new to you, please listen in. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks today. You can also go back and listen to some of our other weekly lives where I've also talked about different aspects of networking. I would also like to, before I go any further, invite everyone, if you haven't already, to sign up for a free 5-day challenge that I'm going to be doing starting June 6th. And it is around networking as well. I will be diving in deeper into different topics all 5 days that are around networking, different tips and tricks you need to know when you are networking to make the most of your networking efforts. So I will post that link again below this video today to where you can actually sign up to be a part of that free 5-day challenge that starts on June 6th. So again, this is a community and we support each other. I do post, questions every day, and I really appreciate those that participate in answering those questions. This is a really interactive group and that I'm really glad that you have chosen to be a part of. Lachelle, thank you for being here today. Welcome. And I would like to tell you a little bit about Lachelle. She is called America's Supermom. She has 15 children. Herself and her husband have 15 children. Now, that is definitely deserving of being called a supermom, to be able to, I guess, just take care of that many children. I have 3 of my own, and I just can't imagine having 15. So kudos to you and your husband, Lachelle, for being parents to 15 children. And again, thank you for being here today. Okay. I would like everyone, if you have not already, come visit Relationship Connections Referral Network. It is a actual network. It's a paid network where we have bi-monthly meetings on the first and third Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have what we call a gathering and training, which is once a month, usually the last week of the month. When we do our gathering and training. And actually next Tuesday, the 24th, is when our gathering and training will be taking place for the month of May. So I'd invite you next Tuesday to come join us at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. This is where we do regular networking, and then we have a guest speaker that speaks to us for about 20 to 25 minutes on in and around what they do within their business. Actually, Lachelle is going to be a speaker coming up soon, not next week, but she will be a speaker coming up soon at one of our gathering and training meetings. So again, I invite you next Tuesday, the 24th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to come join us. And just check us out, see what we're all about, see if we're a good fit for you. And then, of course, you're going to learn something. We have had some amazing speakers come speak to us at our gathering and training meetings. So I invite you to come do that. And then our next bi-monthly meeting will be June 7th at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And just to tell you a little bit more about the network, like I said before, it is a paid network. It is $47 US a month to be a member of the network, or $525 annually. We do ask that you commit to being a member for a year duration when you sign up to be a member. And I cannot stress enough how networking is so important to business owners and how it works. I've seen it work. I've experienced it working, and how it can help you grow your business for sure. And Lachelle can contest to that as well. There will be a link. Thank you for that question, Lachelle. There will be a link shared. I can put it below this video, and then we'll also post it again next Tuesday in the Facebook group itself. So yes, thank you for that. And again, like I said, the gathering and trainings is just for you to come gather information, network with people, of course, new people, meet new people, but also, learn something in and around the professional world, because there's so many entrepreneurs out there. There's so many professionals out there, and we can learn from each other. We really can. I mean, just like Lachelle, having 15 children, there's a lot that can be learned there. There's a lot she could tell us, I'm sure, and a lot she has experienced just by being the mother of 15 children. I mean, that speaks for itself, right? So again, I invite you to come join us next Tuesday, the 24th, for our gathering and training at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And again, like I said, the link will be shared. I can share it below this video, and another post also will be shared next Tuesday prior to the meeting. So let's dive into our tips for today around networking, which is what separates virtual referral networking apart from face-to-face networking. Awesome. Thank you, Lachelle. Yes, please, you can invite them. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Okay, diving into our networking tips for today. You no longer have to focus on building your business in your local geographic location, because especially since the pandemic happened back in 2020, everybody has went to the online space. Yes. Now, mind you, we are post-pandemic now, and things are opening back up. So there are some face-to-face networking starting back up, and that's perfectly fine. And if that's something you choose to do, that's great. I do occasionally do some face-to-face networking. I am part of a local group here in my local area that I participate in. Spartanburg Women in Business. I live in Spartanburg, South Carolina area, and there is a group here called Spartanburg Women in Business, and I'm a part of that group. And we do a once a month luncheon, and I think they do an evening gathering as well. I normally am not available to go to evening gatherings, but I try to do the lunching if I can. And actually, their lunching for this month is tomorrow, so I may be going to have lunch with my group of women. But face-to-face can be beneficial, but so can online. And you get to connect with more people. I mean, yes, if you do face-to-face, it's normally just in your local area, wherever you live. But if you're networking online, you get to connect with even more people outside of your geographical location. Just like Lachelle and I are part of a networking group. We are part of V-Team in a specific chapter. We're part of the same chapter. Lachelle lives in Georgia. I live in South Carolina. Now, we're not that far apart from each other to where we could network in person if we wanted to. But our chapter meets on a weekly basis, and we get to network with each other and the other members of our chapter. Which I may add that most of our members of our chapter live in Canada. So, hence, if we were networking face-to-face, we would not be networking with those in our chapter from Canada. So, not only do you get to expand your reach when you're networking online, You can even go to other countries and meet people as well. And that I enjoy that so much. And it is beneficial, for my business as well, to make those connections and build those relationships. And guys, if you're new to networking, you really need to learn how to build those relationships, which again, I would invite you to my free 5-day challenge in June, because that's some of the things I will be talking about for sure. Next tip is no commutes. If you're networking online, you don't have to commute. You can network from your office or your home or virtually anywhere on the go. So, like I said, I may go network tomorrow and go to that luncheon with the people that I network with. But it's going to take me time to drive to that location and actually talk with those people, and then take me time to drive back home from that location as well. The next tip, the scope of what you can ask for expands. Now that's really, really good. If you want to expand your business, say in Florida, attending a conference in New York, or you want to connect with some key professionals, just ask your networking partners for an introduction, because you never know who other people may know, right? If I'm looking to expand my business in Florida, Lachelle may know somebody in Florida she can connect me with. So that would be a referral that she could give me. And I could connect with someone in Florida to expand my business in Florida. That's kind of how that works, right? Next tip, any one-on-one networking outside the meeting will be done virtually as well. The coffee chats that I talk about all the time. That's how you do a one-on-one conversation. You go to a networking event, you meet someone new, you schedule a coffee chat with them. You get to know them better. You get to know their business better, so that if there is someone in your network that you could refer to them because of what they're looking for specifically, they're going to share with you during that one-on-one conversation more about their business, more of what they're looking for, and the type of people they're wanting to connect with. So just like my example before, if I'm looking to expand my business into Florida and Lachelle knows someone in Florida, she can refer me to that person. And that will help me expand my business, because I can connect with that person, have a one-on-one conversation with them, learn about their business, and see, we may be a good fit to work together. Who knows? Or they may have other referrals that they could give me that will help me grow my business. You never know who other people might know when you go to networking events. So you definitely, if you're meeting new people, want to, outside of that networking meeting or after the networking meeting, schedule a one-on-one. Whether it's a coaching session, a coffee chat, they're called different things, and that's okay. Definitely schedule a time to talk one-on-one with someone new, and especially if you think it may benefit your business. But also, it's not just about you, it's about them as well. If they share about their business, like Lachelle, in the network group we're part of, Lachelle tells us about her business. So if she's a podcaster, I know this about her because I know Lachelle. So she's big into podcasting. She has her own podcast. So I have referred people to her that I know are looking to be guests on podcasts. And I connect her with those people, because I know that could be beneficial to her and her business. And I am on podcasts sometimes. I have been on Lachelle's podcast before as well. I'm not a big podcaster. I do listen to podcasts. I do not have my own podcast, nor do I care to start one. But I listen to podcasts, and I'm open at certain times to be guests on podcasts as well, to talk about my business. But that's how networking works. And it's so important. The next tip, let's see, I just went over that one. So the best way to connect is, you have to visit different networking organizations. Like I said before, Lachelle and I are part of an organization called V-Team. That's where her and I met. That's how we've gotten to know each other, and that's how we can help each other. She refers people to me. I refer people to her. And I can't stress that enough. I know a lot of people are starting their networking efforts, if you will, this year. But as you are starting or getting into more networking, find your people, find your group. Yes, I suggest go visit 4 or 5 different networking groups, but pinpoint 2 or 3 that is the good fit for you. And network with that same group on a regular basis. That's when all this starts happening, is after you actually start participating with the same group or organization on a regular basis. If you're just hopping around, visiting here, and here, it's not going to work as well. I mean, eventually it may work, but it's going to take a whole lot longer for it to work. But my suggestion would be to go visit 5 different networking organizations if you have not chosen to be a part of any specific one as of yet. Go visit 5 different ones. Choose out of those 5 at least 2 to begin with to actually become a part of on a regular basis, whether it's a membership like what I was talking about with Relationship Connections Referral Network, or ever how they do it, because different networking organizations do it differently as to how you can become a member of that specific organization. So go visit 5, choose 2 or 3 that you want to hone in on and actually become a member and a regular participant of. Okay. Lachelle says, also, when you make referrals, the people you connect talk about you when they connect, and that helps build your credibility. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm doing that right here, right now, today for Lachelle. Absolutely. So thank you for that tip, Lachelle. And I invite you, relationshipsconnections.com is our website. Relationships with an S, connections with an S.com. Go visit our website. Learn a little bit more about us. Come to our meetings and see if we are a good fit for you. We would love for you to come visit. We would love for you to become a member and start gaining those referrals. We just had a meeting earlier this week, and the lady that was sharing, the member that was sharing doing a 10-minute presentation, actually had referred someone to me earlier in the week. So see, it does. When you build your credibility, get to know those in your organization and in your chapter or your group, whatever it is they have. That's how it works. They get to know you. They get to know your business. They get to know what you do. Therefore, when they meet other people that is looking to be on a podcast, for instance, then I know I can refer them to Lachelle. Right? Same thing with this person in my Relationship Connections Referral Network group. She knows what I do. She knows what kind of business I have. And when she met this person, she said, I need to connect you with Lisa, because y'all may be a great fit to work together. I have a consultation with that person later today. That's how that works. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Lachelle says, a community helps you to keep in motion when the obstacles of life happen. A support system helps cushion those falls. Absolutely. I mean, it's not just that you're part of a community. It starts to be more like a family, if you will. Okay. And I know Lachelle has a large family, just with her husband and her 15 children. But in the professional realm, with her businesses, she also has family. All her professional connections, the different communities that she's a part of. So yeah, networking is a great way to grow your business. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. Again, if you're not a part of our Facebook group, Relationships Connections, head on over to Facebook and join. We would love to have you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to that YouTube channel, and you'll know exactly when I go live every week, and then sometimes otherwise. So thank you so much for being here today and learning a little bit more about the networking world. and some tips. And thank you, Lachelle, for being here today with me as well, and also providing a few tips around networking. Lachelle and I really know how networking works because we've experienced it ourselves. So happy networking to you. Have a great weekend. I'll see you again next week, same time, same channel. Talk to you soon.